A very good morning to all of you, and as you all know, the crisis which is unfolding in front of us in West Asia is taking serious turns, and perhaps we are sitting on the cusp of World War III. Now, we do not want a war to happen, but the escalation between Israel and Lebanon is very much evident in front of us. In fact, just a couple of days back, I'm sure most of you must have seen on social media and on TV channels the barrage of missiles which were rained down by Iran over Israel. Now, in the last 1 month, there have been two killings of two important leaders of Hamas and Hezbollah respectively. And the recent killing was of Nasrallah, who was the leader of Hezbollah, which is a political and militant outfit based in Lebanon. As a UPSC aspirant, it can get very overwhelming for all of us to keep a note of all these events, but let's do some analysis. Let's do some analysis in this video, and I welcome you all. My name is Kuber Singh. I am your friendly and favorite educator for IR, for internal security, and as well as for essay writing. 7 important takeaways post the killing of Nasrallah. This was a very important article which came in the Indian Express Explained. Let us discuss right now. The number one takeaway is that this is a seismic episode. This is a very big event. This event is as big as the killing of Osama bin Laden back in 2011 by the American forces. So that big is the gravity of this event. Now, under Nasrallah's leadership, Hezbollah fighters had forced Israel to withdraw from Lebanon 2 times. One, at the end of the Lebanon and Israel war, which was in 2000, and secondly, which was the Israel-Lebanon war in 2006. Now, in the last 1 year, now as we are speaking, it's been exact 1 year, October 7, 2023, the attacks which were launched by Hamas on Israel. So now it is October 4, 2024, October 5, 2024. So of course, it's been 1 year now. Now, 1 year after the attacks, we all know that the involvement of Hezbollah into this crisis between Israel and Hamas was very significant. Nasrallah was adamant, and he was very much responsible for harassing the Israeli defense forces in the northern part. Let me also tell you that the border between Israel and Lebanon remains disputed. You have a blue line dot border between Israel and Lebanon. However, still there is no clear demarcation between the borders of Israel and Lebanon. और जो हमारे सामने न्यूज आ रही है, न्यूज रिपोर्ट्स हमको ये बता रही हैं, Benjamin Netanyahu, the leader of Israel, is wanting to limit Hezbollah up to this particular point, up to the point of the Litani River, which is flowing in Lebanon. So which means this particular area, this is the area which Israel wants to occupy from Lebanon, or shall we say from Hezbollah, because Hezbollah is the major player, was the major military and political outfit which was running the affairs of Lebanon. So this is a very big event. This is a seismic episode which has happened, as big as the killing of Osama bin Laden. Number 2, significant part of Hezbollah's leadership has been wiped out. Less than 2 weeks ago, there was this pager attack. Now, pagers, आपको बता दूं, 1990s में, I remember I was a kid back then. I was in class 2 or class 3 when I used to see my father carrying a pager to his work. Pagers, अब तो चलो मोबाइल फोन आ चुके हैं, but pagers this was also like a wireless kind of a device, provided easy connectivity. यहाँ पे आपको messages display हो जाते थे that reach at this place at such and such time, etc. तो वो pagers पे message, अगर आप 90s में या late 90s में born हुए हैं, तो शायद आपने अपने parents के पास या किसी relative के पास ये pagers जरूर देखे होंगे. अब apparently क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि पेजर्स का इस्तेमाल अब क्यों करना 2024 में? अब तो मोबाइल फोन आ चुके हैं, अब तो इतने सारे स्मार्टफोन्स आ चुके हैं. लेकिन हिजबुल्लाह के लोगों ने ये सोचा था कि यार मोबाइल फोन्स को ना इजीली इंटरसेप्ट किया जा सकता है, तो एक दूसरे के साथ कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए पेजर्स का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. वही पेजर्स, वही लो कॉस्ट और वायरलेस डिवाइस जो कि 1990s में इस्तेमाल किया जाता था. अब हुआ क्या था, ये पेजर्स जहां से ऑर्डर करे गए, जिस कंपनी से ऑर्डर किए गए थे, तो ये एक ताइवान बेस्ड कंपनी से ऑर्डर करे गए थे. अब उस पर्टिकुलर कंपनी में जहां पे इन पेजर्स की प्रोडक्शन हो रही थी, बहुत बल्क में ऑर्डर करे थे पेजर्स, वहां पे अपेरेंटली इजरायली एजेंट्स को पता लग गया कि इस कंपनी से ऑर्डर किया गया पेजर्स का. तो कुछ इजरायली एजेंट्स को मोसाद ने वहां पे इन्फिल्ट्रेट कराया कंपनी में और प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस ऑफ द पेजर्स में उनको इन्वॉल्व करवाया. अब कुछ ऐसे उन्होंने उसमें पेजर्स में कुछ ऐसे डिवाइसेस, कुछ ऐसे एलिमेंट्स प्लांट करे जिसके जरिए ट्रैक करना बहुत आसान था कि जो इंपॉर्टेंट लीडर्स हैं एक दूसरे के साथ कम्युनिकेट कब कर रहे हैं, क्या मैसेजेस कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं, क्या उनकी लोकेशन है, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा। और इन पेजर्स में इवन एक्सप्लोसिव डिवाइसेस भी प्लांट करवा दिया, आरडीएक्स भी प्लांट करवा दिया था। और अपेरेंटली थैंक्स टू द मॉलवेयर्स एंड द स्पाईवेयर्स, जो आज के टाइम पे वैसे भी इजराइल की जो मोसाद एजेंसी है वो काफी लीड करती है साइबर सिक्योरिटी अटैक्स करने में, तो एक मैलवेयर के जरिए एक ही टाइम पे साइमल्टेनियसली इतने सारे पेजर्स का बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट करवा दिया, इतने सारे पेजर्स को ब्लास्ट करवा दिया, जिसके चलते बहुत लार्ज नंबर ऑफ सीनियर हिजबुल्लाह लीडर्स they were also dead, they also passed away, they were killed. Around about 3500 Hezbollah members जो कि middle to senior level leadership में involved थे in the organization of Hezbollah, they were wiped out because of these pager attacks. Number 3, Nasrallah की killing is a very powerful moment for Israel. ये जो axis of resistance है, ईरान के जो 3 proxies हैं, Hamas, the 3H is Hamas, हिजबुल्लाह एंड द हूथीज। तो ये जो एक्सिस ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस है ईरान के लिए, ये अब एक्सिस ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस काफी अब ज्यादा अनस्टेबल हो चुका है। हिजबुल्लाह वाज द मोस्ट पावरफुल ऑफ दीज इरानियन प्रॉक्सीज। Nasrallah का assassination is the crowning moment of Israel campaigns against the leadership of Hezbollah, which started with the killing of Fuad Shukr in July 2024. Number 4, what would be the future of Hezbollah? Would the future of Hezbollah be guided by Iran? Hezbollah, which is said to have about 1 lakh members in Lebanon who are backed, trained by the IRGC. The IRGC is the Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. So now this is a moment of reckoning for Iran, that how will the IRGC probably rearm and regroup the cadres of Hezbollah. The killing of Nasrallah is a major setback in its history, and now the major worry for the leadership of Iran would be that how will this organization Hezbollah be surviving? Number 5, this is an opportunity for reorientation for Lebanon. Now, although from the last 4 decades, since 1982, Hezbollah has been the most powerful entity in this country. Now, let me also tell you that Lebanon does not have strong power structures. There is no thing called as democracy or strong institutions present in Lebanon. Now, Lebanon is also a multicultural society, having said that. However, Hezbollah gained legitimacy in the last 4 decades thanks to the support given by Iran. Hezbollah was involved in the Syrian civil war as well, so the president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, was being supported by Iran and also being supported by Hezbollah. So over the last 4 decades, what I'm trying to say is कि Hezbollah ने भी अपने पैर हर जगह पे फैलाए हुए थे। Now, हिजबुल्लाह को लेजिटिमेसी लेबनान के लोगों से तो मिल ही रही थी, लेकिन पिछले 5 सालों से हिजबुल्लाह की लेजिटिमेसी को कुछ ठेस मिली है। हिजबुल्लाह की जो सपोर्ट है अमंग्स द मासेस ऑफ लेबनान वो काफी कम होती दिखाई दे रही है, बिकॉज अपेरेंटली ऑफ द रिपोर्ट्स पब्लिशिंग in front of the people of Lebanon about the involvement of Hezbollah into corruption and about the inefficient establishment which is not able to give proper governance, which is not able to provide better quality of services to the people of Lebanon. So therefore, this is a possibility that now maybe politically Lebanon can reorient itself because Hezbollah का footprint कहीं ना कहीं कम होता दिखाई दे रहा है. Point number 6, West Asia in turmoil. Now the major players in the Gulf region, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, they will be watching all these things unfolding in front of them, and in the larger interest, not only for these 3 countries, not only for these 3 monarchies, but also for India, we would want to see West Asia being stable. Now these 3 countries would be looking forward at what would be the next move of Iran. Already Iran has launched so many missiles, around 200 missiles, barrage 200 missiles over Israel in the last couple of days. Now it would be interesting to see how will these circumstances unfold. There is definitely a lot of tensions, there is a lot of escalations happening in the Persian Gulf region, Now whether the killing of Nasrallah, whether this will mark as a turning point or whether this will de-escalate or whether this will escalate the tensions more and more, this is something which time will tell. But as of now, tensions are being escalated over the Persian Gulf region. Point number 7 is India's commitment to peace. Now, we would desperately want stability to restore back within this region. Let me take you back to September 2023. What happened in September 2023? The G20 meeting had happened, which India presided. And within that G20 meeting, there was this ambitious corridor, the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, which was launched. 1 month after the G20 meeting, 1 month after this corridor being announced, war broke out between Hamas and Israel. And since then, since the last 1 year, exactly 1 year, things have not progressed on this ambitious connectivity corridor. And this corridor also has a potential to somehow also counter China's influence in the West Asian region. So things can only progress over this corridor if there is de-escalation in West Asia. And also point number 2 for India would be that we have a lot of diaspora. We have around about 80 to 90 lakh Indians working in the West Asian region. So for us, the cause of concern is their security. Is security of themselves, security of their families. That is something, security of their families, because now these people working as diaspora in the Gulf region, they have families to feed here in India. So a wider conflict will definitely jeopardize the safety and security of the diaspora, the Indian diaspora present within West Asia. So India is heavily and very, adamantly committed to peace. So these are 7 important takeaways from this crisis unfolding in front of us. Now to sum it up, now is it something new, the crisis or the escalation between Israel and Hezbollah? No, this is not new. In fact, Israel had been preparing from the last 20 years, since 2006, for the next war with Hezbollah. Hezbollah has expanded more like a conventional military force in the last 20 years. Now, whether we talk about the involvement of Hezbollah in the Syrian civil war, or the involvement of Hezbollah with Hamas, or the involvement of Hezbollah with the Houthi rebels in Yemen. So this was a bottom-up attack which was aimed at degrading the most powerful, let me repeat again, the most powerful non-state actor in the world. So a big victory for Israel. As far as India is concerned, India is always standing against terrorism. In defense of itself, any country taking any step or any such thing to counter terrorism, India is supporting that. That is what the statement came out from the Honorable Prime Minister of India as well, that we are a country strictly committed to peace and non-violence, and any country taking any step or any guard against terrorism, we welcome that. So these are some important takeaways from this particular crisis. Friends, also let me tell you, Sleepy Classes has a very comprehensive current affairs program and live monthly subject wise current affairs होते हैं, current affair classes होती हैं. So अगर मैं अक्टूबर की बात करूँ, the month of October has started. The first 10-11 days of October, we will have every day one subject. So you will have science, you will have IR, you will have history, economics, environment, all these subjects, social issues, internal security, ethics, all these subjects. So there will be a comprehensive monthly subject wise current affairs. पहले हमारा वीकली करंट अफेयर्स मॉड्यूल होता था, अभी हमारा मंथली सब्जेक्ट वाइज करंट अफेयर्स मॉड्यूल है, और बहुत सारे मल्टीपल रिसोर्सेज में से न्यूज आइटम्स लिए जाते हैं, डिस्कस किए जाते हैं विद रेलेवेंस फ्रॉम प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस. और साथ के साथ ये जो न्यूज आइटम्स हैं, ये केवल आपकी जीएस की नहीं, लेकिन आपकी एसए और इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन को भी बूस्ट करता है. इस कोर्स के बारे में और डिटेल लेने के लिए टोल फ्री नंबर पे कॉल जरूर करें. एंड आई विल सी यू सून अगेन. टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ.